been out for such a long time.
I went to that christening, didn't I?
Yeah, you must have picked it up from there, mustn't you?
On Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, I was talking to you lot, I was all right. Wednesday, I thought, oh dear.
Don't feel so good.
I went to bed. I didn't get up much on Thursday or Friday.
Gosh, not like you, is it?
No, like I said, I still managed to go. I still managed to pop down in the garden sort of 10:30 at night with me slugging kit.
Oh God. You still got, oh dear, I don't think there's many of us here this morning, is there?
No, it's probably just me and you, unless Joyce comes. Which is all right. I don't mind.
Yeah, well, if you want to leave it for another week, don't worry.
No, I'll do it anyway. I'll get what?
What? You got looks hard this week, the drawing.
No, once I start painting, I've got to finish it. And anyway, part of my autism, isn't it? It's got to be, can't go left and right.
Oh right, okay.
Change it, I'll throw a wobbler.
Oh right, oh dear, don't want that. Here's Joyce.
Yeah,
here's
I'll
Joyce.
be running around all day worrying about something's daft.
Oh dear.
I'm really funny about that. I'm worse now than I was before.
Oh really? Oh God.
I think now I'm older, I can understand why I react to things the way I did years ago.
You didn't understand what was happening.
Why I did things, I still do things like I'd say, that's it, I resign. And I'd give up my job over certain things. Something would get in my
head,
my focus. I'd see it and it's either right, left or wrong sort of thing. And I'd straight down to it and no, I'm not having that. I was thinking about it the other day. I thought, cool, I don't know. It must have been about, well, I was headhunted from Weston-super-Mare up to a firm in Romsey and I was there for about, I don't know, a year, might be 18 months, I don't know. And I was supposed to be, I was cost accountancy, and I was like looking at stuff, and I went into records where they had all like shelves of all previous job works dockets, and that they used to have a docket with all the bits in. I was looking at the costings relevant to the job and all the rest of it, and I thought this ain't right. It's like, it's bordering on fraud, it was getting work and saying they made a profit when they hadn't. The figures on the front of the thing didn't equate to the work and the stuff materials and everything that had gone inside. And I thought, that was it.
I can't cope with that. No,
because it was part of my DNA at the time that anyone that knows about cost accountancy, there's a, what do you call it, an action and a cause and a result. You buy some material, you convert it into a product, you sell the product, and either you make a profit or you don't.
Or you don't,
Pay the wage, everything's broken down into even the amount of ink you put on a piece of paper has to be calculated, and when I looked at it, and it once or twice you could understand, you could say, okay, there's
but it's happening all the time,
or they've done it to get the order or whatever, but there was loads and loads, it was the whole thing, and I thought no. So I I wrote a resurrection letter.
Oh dear, oh dear. How are you, Joyce? All right?
Oh, jogging along, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Yeah,
Good.
doing the
Struggling?
same. Huh?
Struggling along,
Yeah,
Yeah.
rolling
Oh.
along the highway.
I know. Doesn't get any easier, does it?
I think Anne's Warden and Chrissy are out glamping, aren't they? If you're listening,
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
fun,
Oh.
free.
Well, they'll be
No, Anne
listening, will
Warden,
they?
they said
No,
they'll be
that's
back next week. Pauline's had to go out early. She might pop in, she might not.
And Christy?
right. Well, she's away, isn't she? She's glamping.
Well, it looks like it'll be down to you, Carol, because I won't be able to
Yeah.
stay long.
Well,
And I'm also expecting
we
a
said
phone
that
call.
earlier, but
Oh,
regardless,
gosh, right.
I'll keep going
Oh,
because
well,
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
got to get the
yeah.
video done anyway.
that'll be lovely. It's one of
And
my
Right.
I'll just carry on burbling away to myself like I normally do.
Yeah. Oh,
it's one of our favourite places, Fountains Abbey.
well, where is it? I've never heard of
It's
it.
in Yorkshire.
Oh, right.
it's up
That's
there.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
way up there.
I just saw a picture of it and thought, oh, no. It's more often than not, I paint.
Hmm.
I choose the subjects based on difficulty and content as much as any. Well, it has to attract your eye, doesn't it? You think, oh, that's good, yeah.
You know, I was saying my daughter was on that walk where she finished it yesterday, and her friends met her and they went, it's the camp, oh, I can't say it properly. She walked from, she landed in France and went over the Pyrenees and walked the northern bit of Spain, the top bit that goes on to Portugal. So I said, how many miles have you walked? So I don't know, about 700 and
Oh my
something.
goodness.
In 28 days. Anyway, the end, because it's like a pilgrim's walk. I mean, she didn't do it for that, but you end up in all these towns with these lovely churches. Anyway, is it Santiago? She ended up Cameo de, oh, I can't pronounce it right. Anyway, they went to the mass there in the big church. Gosh, I know that thing they with all the incense.
The incense.
Yeah, God, it went, they got it swinging. There's all these people on it swinging, and it went right up to the ceiling and right back again. Yeah, it was quite all this stuff coming out of it. Yeah, it was really good.
Obviously had lots of space.
Yeah, yeah. Because I thought at first you just saw it going like this. And then there's a way they pull it, and then as I say, you see it goes right up, really swings. Yeah. So yeah. So she'll be
quite
home
an
on
achievement.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
So she looks well. They sent a little video when she got there. Yeah. So I think it's been an experience for her. I mean, most of it she's done on her own, but it's good.
And did she have a heat wave? Because I know the temperatures in Spain were really high at one point.
No, because she's right. I think she's up up in the mountains a bit because they've had rain and mist. It's very green up there.
Yes.
I mean, she has had some nice weather, but I don't think it's been like when it's down lower. I think today, part of the trip, they've got they're taking them down to the sea, so I don't know how far that is. I don't know. So yeah,
lovely.
Lucky her. Then she's off on holiday in July.
Oh wow.
Then August.
Well, say no more. Oh dear. No, that's great. No, it's good that people can get away. That's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
Yes, there's some good ones came in.
Gosh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, even the plate looks smart.
Yeah.
Oh well, I got in a bit of a mess with that. Yeah.
No, that's lovely.
Because I did all that with a pastel and then sort of wetted it, and then I thought, oh God, it's gone a bit dark. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that. It was quite easy, wasn't it? Not a hard one.
Oh, I don't know. I'm only halfway through, and it's quite challenging.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
Gordon.
Is that your? Whose is that?
That's Gordon's. That
Oh,
was
that's good.
I think he did that a while back, and
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I got to go to Peter. Hang on. You carry on.
I think he's going to do some extra work on it.
oh,
He spotted something when I was playing with it and said, yeah, right. Something like
okay.
that. So I
Yeah.
waited with an anticipated doodah.
Wow.
That was,
Another fabulous one.
yeah, I like
that-
it.
Is
Well,
that Pauline?
that's Pauline, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Mm.
Darken it up a bit, but no, it's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, every week the quality gets quite good, doesn't it?
They're all great. Yeah.
All proper artists now.
I think we should have an exhibition, Dave.
Yeah, possibly. Have you did you do one of these?
I've halfway through, haven't finished.
Oh yeah. I was going to say I only mention it. I'm not in case I'd not received it. Sometimes
No.
I don't get them, or something that happens, doesn't it?
Mm. Yeah. No, it's not wigging its way to you yet for a while. Well, I've got half of it done. I can show you what I've done.
It's not
Oh no, I
race.
haven't. I can't. So I can't show you because it's somewhere else. Oh,
Fair
you see, my new iPad follows me. It doesn't sort of stay static.
Yeah, that's weird, that, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I can change that.
It's a bit like being in a gallery in a portrait, and the eyes follow you, even though they don't
Yeah.
move. How do they do
Yeah.
that?
I was
Oh.
thinking, whoa, look.
Oh no.
That's a bit scary. Disconcerting, I think. Oh dear. Had a bit of an aborted attempt at seeing the exhibition at Christchurch. We were down near Christchurch last week, and Brian was happy to come along and have a look at the exhibition at the Red House.
It's not
Got
CAD
there.
arts yet, is it?
It was part of the Dorset Arts Week.
Oh yeah, right.
And can I just say that nowhere in the brochure or outside did it say that the exhibition was not available at that particular point. Got inside. Oh, have you come for the museum or the talk? Well, no, actually, we've come for the art exhibition. The room's being used. We're having a talk for an hour and a half. Oh, right, fine.
Okay, I'll walk around you.
So, what's the talk on? Because thinking it might be art. Coast Guarding. So Coast Guarding wasn't doing it. And Brian said, shall we go and have a coffee? Isn't there a place, coffee shop at the Priory? I said, yes. So we made our way to the Priory. And the coffee shop was totally closed for refurbishment. So at that point, we decided that we wouldn't be hanging around for an hour and a half until they finished their Coast Guarding exhibition. So we went to Redcliffe and had a coffee over there. So that was a bit disappointing. And I didn't manage to get to see Margaret Hasted on Saturday as planned because things changed with our 90-year-old. And it was all a little bit disappointing.
I got a little bit excited because she posted on Facebook and she sold this picture, and I thought I was tempted to say to her, her name wasn't Joyce, was it?
Oh dear. I have had
you don't need to, you paint them anyway. So
well, I don't know. She's got some lovely stuff. I looked at her website. Did I say that the Bournemouth Arts exhibition at Moordown was pretty fantastic? And one of the things that intrigued me, because I've never seen it done before, was watercolor on glue and gesso.
Oh.
And it was so it was textured by the time that all had gone on it. And the subject matter for those who'd used that was mostly floral, but it was fabulous. It looked wonderful. And I thought, I wonder how you do that. Is it? I mean, do you put the gesso and the glue on together? Do you mix them? Do you whatever? And there was nobody there to ask.
Yeah, what's gesso? Never heard of that. What's that?
It's like a sort of plaster, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it's primer. They use it.
Oh, primer, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
What, just ordinary glue out of a tube, you mean?
Well, they'd used ordinary glue, but they'd also used this gesso stuff. I've used gesso before, but it was usually in connection with acrylic to put over a canvas, you know.
It comes in various thicknesses as well.
Yeah, it's a bit like stuff you grout tiles with.
Basically. Perhaps we could use that.
I don't know.
Gesso is Italian for plaster, isn't it? I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And
plaster of Paris. That's what we used
to. What do they do? Paint it on, do they? You don't know.
Well, I don't know, but with the gesso, you tend to spread it on your canvas or your board first. And if I've been to a workshop with Lindsay Cole, and that was an acrylic workshop, and we used the gesso. We were doing like a forest floor and trees, so we actually used the gesso to give texture for the floor and also for the barks of the trees, and then we painted on top. But you have to let it dry overnight.
Oh, wow. Sounds fun.
It was fun. It was good. And the results were nice, you know, but I've not used it since.
Oh, no. You go to try these things and you think, oh, why did I bother? You've got to know how to do it, haven't you?
I think, you know, at the time it's good, but then afterwards you think, oh, right, now, what do I do with that and whatnot? I think actually Lindsay uses it quite a lot in her work. She's based at Ringwood, and I think she's also part of Bournemouth Bay Artists as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I got enough. Like I said the other week, I got rid of all my acrylics.
It
was a big box I sent to Chrissy. All the acrylic sold all the canvases last year, I think it was. To another artist. Loads of stuff like that. Because I just decided that, hang on, I've got enough hassle doing the thing that I like to, you know, that I'm supposedly spending enough time and energy doing. I might as well focus on that. It's all right if you're 18 and you're trying to discover a different, you know, way of doing things to set you up and all the rest of it, but I can't master. I've got enough hassle mastering the watercolors without going on things. I've got the only thing I have kept the aqua oils.
I was thinking about those. Yes,
I keep kicking myself to get on with that. But it's timing, isn't it? It's almost about time. Yesterday I went out in the garden to do just a minor thing and ended up digging a flipping branch where there was a plant growing by the side of the shed, and I thought, I'll tidy that up while I'm here. Just thought I'd pull it out. It wasn't a plant. Well, it was, but it was a root from a tree over the road, over the fence, that had grown underneath, and somehow a plant had grown out of it. I've never seen that before. I know they give out roots right under the lawns and that to find water, but I've never known one start sprouting a plant.
Oh wow, there you
are. That's serious invasion.
Yeah.
So that took the afternoon just sort of disappeared, because I had to dig the thing up, and it was deeper and deeper. Filled the wheelbarrow up with earth, and then I decided, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take the rose bush that isn't growing very well over there and put that there.
Oh God.
That'd be good fun. And then I membrane and gravelled it and put.
Oh my goodness me!
It was only
sounds like hard work.
The trouble is, these days, now at this age, I sort of target plan it. I sort of, I do it, do so much, stop, go and cool down, chill out, and then come back later. You know.
Oh, I know.
Right, look out. I'm going
Right.
to carry. I'm going to crack on and do this picture.
Yeah.
The sky looks wonderful. Did you do anything to the sky? Because when it printed out, it looked like it was digital.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Yeah, it's got a pinky color to it.
It's gorgeous. Yes, it's pink and peach, and it looks like sections. You know.
Could be my printer. Never know.
It's really nice because it's sort of graduation, you know, right from the top, right down from blue
It is
to grey to
it's
creamy.
just that it's not
pink.
print. This one, it just hasn't printed properly. But it has got a little bit.
It's
of
fabulous sky, yeah.
The tree looks a bit mauvey, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's something. I think it was my yellow cartridge was running out, so I
Well, I think I'll go with your yellow cartridge.
I might try with. I'm going to try with these glasses. Give it a go. Don't usually offer. Ooh, when you change your glasses, I'm going to try my reading glasses, see what happens. I did have a plan of campaign which involved mixing. Oh, I thought about it earlier. I've got some colours. I just wanted to create a neutral thing, a tone, because I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to start, which is just that. Joyce is Terry's shadow.
One of my favourite paints.
Just added a little bit of light blue to it.
Oh, I've got some of that.
A lighter tone.
That's a pretty blue. What's that?
It's cobalt turquoise.
Oh, it looks different
That's
to the one
St.
I've
Petersburg.
got. All right.
That's the one that I use for
Everything.
Well, I must admit, the way I'm painting these days, everything's been sort of, what's the word? The same rhythm that I use on the portraits. I've got a plan, and all I'm trying, what my idea was to look at the photo and try and pick out some dark areas, sort of the ones that are in shadow first, and take it from there. Let that dry. I might even use the hairdryer. I wonder how fast you could paint this picture. No, don't go there, Dave.
Oh dear.
One thing I did notice looking at when I zoomed in was these sort of tower things. They were like bricks, big blocks of stone. So I've sort of drawn them as little individual squares. So that might be that window's dark, isn't it? And there's a dark spot. That's not. There's a method in my madness, as usual. Might help if I've got a different picture as well. This one I printed it out much lighter. It was funny because I could see more detail in this image than the other one. But I like the overall tone in the color one. In this one, I love the way that is. But to see what the heck I was drawing, I was using this one. So then I thought, oh, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll draw this one to the theme of this one.
Oh God.
So I've got the bushes and that sort of. Well, you can. That's what makes it interesting. You can make it up as you. Well, just change.
Go along.
It's well. If you were stood at a certain place at a certain angle, you would get that. I don't know, if you draw it differently, you present it totally the other way. Now, only reason I'm doing this, because when it's dried off, I'm going to make it all wet and do that sort of thing to it. But
Looks nice.
I wanted which is our standard. Well, we'll see in a minute. But what I wanted to, what I'm trying to achieve, is to put in a few extra darky bits at the beginning, so that it stays the extra darkness. The problem I found with the sketch, and I think I'm going to struggle with that regardless. I was looking at it yesterday thinking, like you do. You have that sort of and there's so much, and that was that this area here protrudes outwards. And I thought I just instinctively knew I was going to struggle to achieve that fit.
Yeah.
Because there's another arch here that comes out towards us. So I think I'll be struggling with that. But
oh dear.
I don't.
If you're going to struggle, what are we going to do?
No, it was just that part of that, getting that that element. I'm doing it really quick-ish.
It's nice like that, isn't it?
I'm just looking at the. See, there's even an arch inside that building. Well, I'm not getting too, and the reason I'm going quite quickly is because I instinctively, as soon as you put some water on it in a minute, everything's going to go. Everything's going to start flowing, but then my idea is that even though it does, I'll still be able to see the dark, shadowy bits that will enhance, that are going to be there when I put the bare washes on. So I think if this was a normal day painting, then I would bear with me. I would sort of do this stage, get to a certain point, and then stop, go away, let it all dry off, and then come back. By the way, this is I think it's Weepy Willow thing. So I just thought I'd put in some branches quick. Well, just using the rigger. I have put a couple of pencil lines, but below where they are. If this does, it's the same theory, thought process, that when I put the main wash on, this should hopefully still retain itself. some of the branches. Let's tidy them up later. Of course, when you paint like this, you've got to think a little step ahead, in that we haven't painted the sky yet. So any colour stain that you use are going to have to be reflect the sky in some shape or form, because it's going to affect it. Just looking at this area here, there's these dark straight lines that go across. You know when you've finished because you've run out of paint. Well, the mix starts disappearing, doesn't it? Something in there. I'm going to put it there regardless. That's a window there at the top, believe it or not. Or was it that one? Yeah, they both are. Put a few darks in here. Didn't work. I'm always doing that. Hit my brush on the edge so that it forms that very fine chisel point. What was the next? I had it all planned in my mind's eye. I had a little routine. Pauline, I hope she's tricked me, little madam.
Why?
She said,
Why? What's she done?
she said apologise that she couldn't be here, but on the plus thing, I bought one of those brushes from the link that you sent me, which is the squirrely thing. He said, then she said, well, when it came, I had to to get that plastic off, I had to take all these wire things off. Huh?
Oh,
I hope she was winding me up.
oh no.
Because they're the things that keep the brush together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm sure she was doing it. She was teasing me.
Yeah. Must have done.
Oh, I haven't sent for mine yet. I haven't got round to it.
Just clean water on the brush for a minute. Because it's confusing me. I just wanted to it's all right, I'm thinking. Because in my palette I've got some yellowy colour. I just wanted to make sure that I've got a creamy yellow background, whatever happens. Talk about painting in reverse. Got to watch it, so there's a one on there. And which is why that sort of viridian green is quite handy, because it does come out quite bright, but on top of the yellow it should give us a nice, just blocking in really, set the scene. That's hardly got any on it there. If anything, you got any lemon yellow, incorporate that. I don't think I've got any. That'll work really well. Drop in a bit of the green. Not worried about the shadows for a minute, but I do notice. See what I mean about that viridian? Okay. That's a viridian green. Dip it in there and it's like, oh, where the heck did that come from? You have to tone it down, you know, or up, up with a bit of blue. That makes it more earthy. And down with a smidgen of yellow. All of a sudden, you get a totally different green, don't you?
Mm.
While it's damp, I'll put some in there. Just for fun. Just looking. See what I mean? You have to sort of almost paint ahead of yourself. Luckily, it fades back. I know. Hope it will. A little bit. Right. That's cool enough. I think what I might do, well, not might, what I'm going to do is stick a bit of sky in, Joyce.
Okay.
Got a bigger brush here somewhere. I was quite taken with this, what's he call this one, Terry? Golden leaf brush.
Mm.
For making it all nice and wet. I used it last week and I thought, oh, do you know what? That did a really good job. But I'm using Two Rivers Meat. It's supposed to be a knot finish. I don't know, I feel a bit rougher than knot there.
It looks quite rough from here.
It's really thick.
Mm.
So it doesn't actually need stretching. You could use it, it's that thick.
Gosh.
One of the higher weights they use that just use it like a piece of cardboard. It's So what do you reckon on the sky then? What colour wise? A little bit of
Well, Carol's expert on the sky.
Oh,
Carol.
I'm not.
a little bit of raw sienna perhaps floating around?
There's that lovely pinky peachy colour, like sort
I
of
know.
portrait.
Can you alter this so we don't keep coming up when we talk, Dave?
Can I do what?
Well, when we talk, you disappear and our photos come up of us, so we're missing what you're doing. Does it come up when I speak, Joyce?
It does.
Yes. I've got a picture of you now.
Right.
Yeah, but the big image still stays the same.
Yeah. No, it goes off completely.
No.
Yeah, it's gone again now. We're talking.
That's because on your thing at the top, you've got one called View. And you're either on gallery or not, but you should be on speaker.
Yes, I am on speaker, but it's going to whoever's speaking.
Yeah.
What happens? I'm not sure what you
usually pin it so that it is constantly on your screen.
Hang on.
But at the moment we're sort of leaping to each other every time we speak.
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, it's good. Glad you mentioned it, because it would have spoiled the video probably.
Oh yeah.
My raw sienna has got a green tinge to it. So I'm going by.
Oh.
I've got don't think that's quite the colour, Joyce. The pink.
No.
The peachy colour.
Probably wants a bit of shadow, do you? That sort of purpley colour.
Oh,
It's like a rose sort of at the bottom.
yeah. I think I've missed the boat on that now. Never mind.
And that pale blue at the top.
Yeah. Well, I've got the blue, haven't I? Well, I think I
haven't
have.
got a
That's turquoise blue.
Mm.
on there.
Oh,
I'll use the side of the palette. It's a lovely colour. Turquoise, cobalt turquoise, isn't it? That's it.
it's lovely.
Mm.
Most of the turquoise I have is very dark.
But I want it to be faint anyway. It's just a hint of sky, isn't it? There's no set. Let's have a.
I think I'll have to buy myself another printer because I just have to do it off the phone all the time. It's not
Another
so
printer.
good. Yeah, because I can't print my pictures out. I just do it off the phone, which isn't quite so good. They don't last though, do they, these printers? I don't know which is the best one to buy.
Yeah, they seem to have a sort of built-in obsolescence, don't they?
I bought a reconditioned one because I like HP, and I can't remember why I had to get another one, but I bought it from a company that was advertising, I think, on Amazon, and it's
been all right.
Fantastic. And I also signed up for the HP Smart Ink, where you pay so much every month for your cartridges. So I pay a fantastic £3.49, and that gives me 100 pages. And the printer, which has its own email address, orders its own cartridges when it needs them.
Oh my goodness, that sounds good.
So I've been very happy with it. I do like HP, and it also takes photo paper, so I have a compartment that I can print out on photo paper as well.
Oh, lovely. So HP, I've never heard of that.
Oh, Hewlett Packard.
Oh,
and I would recommend Hewlett Packard. So there we go.
What was it? Say it again.
Hewlett, HEWLETT, and then Packard, PACKARD.
Right.
Well, I'm sticking with the cobalt turquoise, and just I've got a bit on the edge there, so just putting that over the. Maybe I'll go a bit deeper there. Could actually sneak a little bit of green and.
Oh gosh, hang on, excuse me again.
A little bit of the green and the crimson together, just while it's damp. Put a few bits. It's a bit too much, but not sure what's going on back there, but there's definitely a hint of misty tree stuff.
Yeah, there's a hill behind it.
Oh, my eyesight's not that good.
No, I only know from experience.
Yeah, it's sort of. Yeah, that's what it. What I always, when I'm doing this sort of thing, I look at it and I think, oh no, the pencil lines put me off.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, isn't it? They form, even though they're not heavy, they detract from what I've painted.
Do you think? Oh. Do you rub them out afterwards?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. What was I going to do there? Yeah, a little bit of I've made it wet, so I'm just dropping some of the turquoise, if I can get some. They're sort of stones.
Yeah, it's lots of ruins of
Yeah, a bit of
rooms.
trouble is
Fascinating place.
being an old Wurzel. Every time I see old stones, even Corfe Castle, in my mind, Stonehenge turns up.
Oh right.
It's just because we were there. I'm just to drop in some burnt sienna on top of the blue. Oops. And mix up another deep grey colour with my trusty normal burnt umber and blue, and drop some of those in there as well. But it's damp, so I'm hoping I'm pretty confident the water's gonna do a few magic tricks.
What is that there? Let's see.
I'm back.
I'm back, yeah. Oh God, these water tablets are hopeless.
Not fun.
No, it isn't. What is that there? I can't see what you're painting. Oh, it's the building, is it?
Yeah.
In the picture, yeah. So I got off.
I've just put a little bit of doodah on the sky.
Yeah, I saw that.
A little bit of permanent rose or whatever that colour is in that part of the palette now.
Yeah.
Crimson-y rose colour. I've mixed up a little bit of burnt umber and blue. Just add a couple of extra doodahs there and there, and dropped it in on there because it was wet. I made it wet, and used a bit of the crimson. Oops, not that much, and dropped that in. Don't know why. Give it a nice sort of. I just like that blue sheen that it gives in the background. It's lovely.
What blue is that? That cobalt blue.
Yeah, I'll show you. Look,
I think that's the blue I've got. Because I put all my colours in the palette like you've got, and I look at them and I think, oh, I don't know which one is which now.
Yeah, all I did was
muddle with my colours.
If I do it there, watch.
I'm watching.
The same. all I did is made it wet. That's a bit much there. Then took some of that blue and dropped it in the wet. Like so. Then clean that off. And got some burnt sienna, just a tad of that, and you can drop that in. Should go a bit grayer than that really, but don't know why. And then this colour was just the blue and burnt umber. Gives you that really nice dark grey colour, and drop that in as well. And that just, you get a sort of a nice little blend of colours. Actually, looking at that, I could do with a little hint more of raw sienna in there. It's a really good technique, that.
Yeah. It's getting the colours right, isn't it?
It's never more than 2 or 3.
I think the greens are quite hard, aren't they, to get?
Greens.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't start me on green. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Green.
it's trying to get a variety, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. Different,
Yeah,
all the different shades.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a bit of green in a minute if you like. Or I think what I might do, I've sketched a couple of, put a bit of green in that, go for a really dark green. So that was the blue and burnt umber, and I've just dropped a bit of green into it to make it really dark. So when I've got that mixed up, just soaking wet. It's just all right. It's all wet now. It's a bit too wet too. Don't tango.
Don't worry.
No, it'll just spread and go mad. I'll use the hairdryer in a sec. Just add a few more fronds to this weepy willow thing. Darken it up. Remember what we said the other day? Trees aren't brown. Tree trunks aren't brown.
So that was burnt amber, blue, and then a bit of ordinary green in it.
That gives you a really dark
Right. Write that down because I forget what you say.
colour to play with. You can use it on buildings. Look, it's a dark shadow colour. If you want to, because we're not. We just say it's moths. If anybody says, "Yeah, that building's got a bit green," yeah, it's the moths, mate. I've got that growing out in the gutters. Somebody pointed out there, "What's that growing in your gutter?" I don't mind that. I'll put it in the compost or good in a hanging basket, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Moss. Well, plastic with holes in, plastic bag with holes in. Any moss you can find lying around, bung it in there. It's only to
Keeps the water in, doesn't it?
yeah, keep it moist.
Moist.
You could just use bits of wood to do that. Bark. I've been using horse manure. Somebody, my gardener. That's faded back quite nice now, dry back. That's what I was saying the other week. The remarkable thing about it's not highlighted enough really, or mentioned often enough with watercolor is how it changes when it dries back. It's like, crikey, it's a different picture. I didn't to what I painted, you know. So if I can, let's see if this tree's growing. All I'm doing is making a few lines to, so I know roughly where the flipping things are. I think I'll just dry the sky off with the hairdryer. Definitely a Dave Harvey. Looking at it, I've noticed the more I keep saying it, and I will keep repeating it. No matter how I try to change the picture to a different style or a different technique, it still turns out the same.
It's funny that, isn't it? Yeah.
Close to it. Dry the sky off in there. See what happens now, shall we?
Mhm.
Well, I'll just carry on with this theme I've started with for a minute. I'll add a bit more burnt umber to that. And some water. The Okado man's been and gone.
Oh.
It's Okado today.
Oh, wow. Got plenty of food now.
I'm all right. I've got tuna for lunch.
Mm.
Mel's tummy's been playing up the last few days or so. So she didn't want the cod that we had for dinner, so she had some tuna. I said, don't know what's. She just couldn't work out why her tummy's been so tender and so chances are it's you've lifted something and not realised it. And she sort of went, oh, this is that eureka moment.
Oh, yeah.
It's the dog, isn't it? She'd been, because I was taking time off in bed with man allergy. She's
been doing
walking
more.
the dog, and of course when he pulls, if you're not used to it, or even if you are used to it, it catches you unawares.
Yeah, it does.
Next thing you know, you've got a flipping hernia or something like that. So I'm just a few pencil lines, thin lines, just to see what happens really.
On my Facebook page, do they put little videos on yours? Anyway, I tapped this little video. There's this dog laying on the floor and this man putting all this clothing on him. Yeah. And he had a little seat in the front of his motorbike, had a little helmet on, the dog did.
Get loads of those, don't you?
Right. Yeah, I love it.
I can't make up my
loving the doggy ones.
Make up my mind what to do about the water, so bear with me. I'm just gonna copy what I did on the sky. We could have an early lunch here, Carol.
Yeah, all right. It'll take me all afternoon to draw that out.
It did take me a while. I sat down.
Right, I'll do it well today.
I sat down in front of the computer. I've got this dark colour here as well, so I can drop that in. Might have to mix a bit more than that.
Looks nice on that paper because it's not covering it all, is it? You know what I mean? You see that?
Anyway, so it's that Viridian green is really intense. Hooker's green or Viridian green, they're a lethal combination. But if you add, as soon as you add a little bit of yellow or a little bit of blue to it,
changes it.
You get such an interesting, combination. That's a bit too green. So, what did I say the other week? If you wanted to make it, tone it down really dark, add a little bit of Alzerian crimson to it. I'll put that down a minute so if I can concentrate a little bit better. See what I mean? As soon as you put the but if you just it's darker over this side actually. Got that wrong. If you just go whoosh, you'll get a nice dry line, really.
Did you wet that? I can't remember.
No, I didn't. No.
Didn't? No. Right.
No, I haven't touched it. with
just a wet brush.
I just went straight on, yeah, with the brush.
You make it look so easy.
Mm.
When I do these things, I think, oh God, that's gone wrong.
Once you get the rigor involved, and there's some, just go up and down. What I did, I put 3 pencil lines, so I've tried to say,
Oh, that's sort of, yeah.
there's where the water's sort of tumbling down. You might need to add a bit more blue into that. It's good. Don't mix it like Dulux. Oops, that was that was green. Just sort of feather, just wiggle bits of paint in there, and somewhere around the edge or somewhere within it, you'll get the colour that you want. That's handy. I nearly said the colour that you want, because there isn't a specific colour that you're after. You're just trying to get a few. You don't want a specific colour. You want variations of the shade of the colour that you're working with. You know that it's dark green.
Oh, I see. That's a little water. I didn't notice that. Oh gosh, hang on. It's my carer now. Excuse me again.
Yeah, it's a sort of little waterfall thing, isn't it? So if you can get a little bit of that in, it's quite nice. It was always going to be the hard bit, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
To play with. Trying to add. Once you start with the rigor, though, you just keep going, don't you? Well, I do. Because
I think. Sorry, no, carry on.
No, it's just that I'm effectively drawing with the brush,
Right,
with effectively using the rigor as a pencil. Do that a lot. That's what I say. Once you get the flipping thing in your hand.
Yeah, looks so nice.
Going back to what we were saying last week, I started to think about what I do, and it is true what I said, that what I very often do, I don't know if it's the water, is I'll put a layer of colour on like that, and then dip the brush in clean water and just smooth
it out.
That down and see what. I seem to be thinking about it. Well, you don't like to analyze it because it spoils it. Or if you start, it's like all things like that, isn't it? If you start thinking about it, it mucks you up.
I just wish I could do a painting without mucking something up, but hey ho.
I think we're all in that category.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. I thought it was just me.
Yeah. No, we're all stuck on that one.
The worst thing is when you get near the end of what you're doing and then you mess it up.
Oh yeah. Like I did with the plate, and I think, oh God, what do I do now?
Oh. Well, whatever you did was okay.
Oh, all right. I think you always criticise your own work anyway, don't you?
You do.
I think we're overcritical. Yeah.
And I think, oh, it's not very good.
Everyone's their own best critic. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's lovely, that water.
Well, I think you have to start thinking, hang on, it's a watercolor. Be careful.
Yeah.
It's not an oil painting. But I must admit, we haven't done the doodah yet.
What's that? What's the doodah?
What's name? Let's have a bit. on board with that. I'm going to have a bit of fun now.
Oh, your fan brush.
Yeah, you guessed it.
Oh,
But mine never works out right. I don't
And
like yours.
Okay,
mine never works out either, even though
I'm
I've got
just
a
sticking
different
with
now.
Yeah, perhaps
I've
your
got
brush is.
burnt
Well, your
sienna
she's older and they part more.
and a little bit of
Mm.
crimsony red, because this thing has printed it out in such a way.
What was that? Burnt sienna. What
It
did you
was a
say?
bit of, it was just crimson and burnt sienna. A lot
Right,
depends on
right,
the
at least
paint that you use.
Yeah,
or
because
that
every
you're
paint,
using.
yeah, because they're different shades, aren't they?
Yes, some of them. I think, I don't know. I'm not Terry Harrison. There is brushes. You have to sort of.
Yours
Hey.
seem to part. I get big clumps of
Well, I am.
paint.
Yeah, look. If you're in doubt, if you're not sure, then smash it.
Right.
Yeah. Smash sounds brutal, but smash the brush
Yeah.
on its thing. We can go right the way down. I'm trying to pick out individual trees, but it's such
hard, isn't it?
it is on this image, because they're all, you don't want them to be like that, do you? Terry does it, who very often says push it in like that,
Mhm.
and, then, and drag it down. But I think he'd be up there smiling now, because he's probably thinking, nah, just work it out yourself. Just do it. Just work it out. But the theme is that green, which is really bad. Viridian and I think it's Viridian and Hooker's green mashed together in there.
I mean, you've got to
You add
get
some burnt umber
different
to it.
colours. Oh, yeah, that one's not
As
too
soon as you add a
bad.
bit of burnt umber and blue to it, you'll get the richness. But before I do that, unfortunate, it's almost like ink the way this is coming off. See how dark that is? That's the colour. Fortunate in that I've got two of these fan brushes. They're not the same. One's called a, oh, maybe the other thing. One's a fan stippler small, and the other one's a Van Gogh small.
Oh.
The only reason I wanted to use the other one, because it gives me the option of changing the colour.
Cool.
I think a bit of raw sienna underneath what I'm about to, before I go mad with the real dark colour. You just got to think trees and build it up, haven't you? Doesn't hurt to leave a little
on this.
doesn't hurt to leave a little bit of
Is that all one
white
tree? It is,
Pardon?
isn't it? Is that all
Wow.
one tree? I'm looking on my picture. It looks like it.
Well,
the one I see.
I'm
done.
thinking of it as two, actually.
Yeah, because that's
At
so
the
I've
moment,
seen
I'm
it now.
just thinking,
There's one at the side of that. Yeah.
yeah, the one I'm doing now. But I'm just thinking I want to put, see, I drew his trunk a while back with the dark green, or what I thought was a trunk. Now I'm just putting in a bit of, if you like, it's an under
Underpainting.
of
Whoops.
of raw sienna. It's like it's got like a hedge, what do you call it, a hedgerow type affair that comes, a bank, isn't it, that comes down.
Yeah, I can see
Something
that.
along there. And then, because I've got the other brush, let's have a look at this, see how dangerous this colour is going to look. Sort of green. And then we're just gonna see it's a bit too, I want more burnt umber in it, I think. Make it more, well, it could be bright, I suppose. And here we go. Have fun.
Dave, I'm going to have to disappear.
Oh, right.
So
Could
I
have
look
picked up
forward to the rest of it at some
Yeah.
point soon. Have a good week, and Carol,
Yeah.
take care.
We're still
Yeah, and
recording.
you. Yeah. Okay then.
Right.
Take care.
See you next time. Bye.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, Joyce.
Gosh, it's pouring with rain here.
Raining.
Mm.
Oh wow, great! I'm really chuffed about that.
You'll probably get it soon.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's heading this way. I
Yeah.
don't mind. I like it. I'm a gardener now.
Oh,
Us gardeners like a bit of rain.
yeah.
I say, once you start, keep going.
Mm. The other side's harder because you've got more colours in that, haven't you? The greens and a bit of light colours.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this tree a bit lighter for a minute. Just change. I mean, to me, if you can, just change for the next tree, or add a different green. I don't know what no one at some point, I think because
there's a little path there, isn't there, under those trees? Yeah.
That you're gonna have to try and pick out. But at some point in your artistic career, you're gonna have to confront them.
Yeah.
Trees, because they're everywhere. You can't
not
avoid
do them.
So might as well get stuck in at some. I've made that green light. Now I've got to make it
dark.
Go back to a dark. But all I'm doing is adding. It's the colours really, isn't it? And if you've got that bright green, viridian type green, if you want to make it any green, if you want to make it really dark, add some of that carmine, Alzerian crimson, rose madder to it. Look, it just changes. It goes whoosh. And while it's damp, just put some paint on and let it do its biz. Especially if you get that lovely dark like that.
Can you hear the rain or not?
No.
No, probably because I've got my earphones.
I'm hoping I'll be able to see it in a minute. But you notice, add more blue to it and make it even darker.
Right. I think this is what I get in a mess with, mixing the colours.
I was going to say, it is quite time consuming, a little bit therapeutic. And I'll have, well, as I say, if you can leave a few air holes, bird holes.
Bird holes.
That's what we used to say. Oh, Brian Thatcher. He was a nice, good artist. Still is. I hope he's still alive. He lives up in Watford.
So most of the artists do trees this way, do they? With the fan brush and.
Well, yeah, it's not too bad.
That's good.
Can always add more information at some point, and
leave well alone while it's working.
Well, just put your brush up through, stick a few sticks in, add a little bit of extra dark to it. Once you get that rigor, you can easily put in a few branches, especially where the bird holes are. And you have to use your sort of imagination, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Use a bit of license. But it's so dark under here that it just goes right across, doesn't it?
Mm.
You can hardly see the
Yeah.
bearing. It's almost like it goes right down
to the water.
Yeah, a bit more green in it now. I've added so much brown.
It's quite dark along the bottom of the bank, isn't it? So
Yeah,
a
it's one
bit
of
more there.
those views that you look at when you're out and you think, "Oh, blimey, look how dark that is,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's good fun. To say, whether I'll retain that path, I don't know really. Something's going up.
Optional.
Yeah, something's going to have to go.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of tightening up. As I say, it's not going to be it's not a 5-minute painting, this.
Gosh, no. So I'm just looking at this, the building, that's got browny bits in it, hasn't it?
I haven't finished yet. I haven't even
Yeah, I
started
know.
on that.
Oh, I
I haven't
know.
started on that yet.
Oh, gosh.
While I've got the brushes in, I'm just going to carry on with the but that's what I've done that side. I'm now going to just carry on with the other side. It's a bit of crimsony colour. Just dab some of that up. Don't think that one goes so wild, does it? So high, I mean. I'm just going to put a few. It's a sort of a yellowy Alzerian crimson rosy colour that I'm just popping in. Let's just smidge it in for a minute. Make it a bit lighter this side, shall we?
Yeah, you've got lots of light bits, haven't you? That little tree at the front's dark. And then you've got the light willow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pop that there. Next, I'll wipe the brush off. See, those trees are drying off quite nicely.
Yeah, they look nice.
Should be all right. Let's I'll use my clean this brush off a bit and drop a little bit of wool sienna. I've got some yellow here. It's sort of a golden summery yellow.
I don't think we've got that.
It's really strong, isn't it?
What's this for the willow tree?
Yeah, I thought we'll have a bit of fun here. Well, try and knock some of the paint off and just go for it. Knocked a bit too much of it off, actually. It's stronger than it looks, this willow tree. Just using a fan brush. Just curve it round. You can see why I put those.
Oh yeah,
those lines at the front.
Yeah.
That put the little branches in at the start. Keep going. If you feel, you can always, sometimes they work better on their side.
Yeah.
You can get some different effects. Goes right down, doesn't it? But I've got I need to mix up a bit of green there. Let's punch a bit more of the yellow.
You didn't wet that, did you? First?
No, I didn't. Just going to try and drop some
Greens.
extra greens. You'll know when you do it, you'll feel the brush, because what you want is some, if you want it to go like that, so if you get lots of lines,
Yeah.
and as you do it really light, they'll turn up. Almost hardly touch the paper.
Right.
But again, I think a few bird holes help.
Yeah, it looks more realistic then, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I did notice I was mucking about with it the other day. Oops, could do with being almost meat yellow, that. At the top. Push it back up.
Oh, I see.
It makes it go like, because at the end of the day, there are leaves on it. It's not just straight lines. So if you can, just smash, again, it's smashing the brush, dropping in. Now it's wet, Carol.
Right.
It wasn't wet before, but now
it's running. Oh.
Well, because I've put a loads of paint on it, so we can sort of go for it. It's not too bad.
Excuse me a minute.
Nearly there. No, it's not far off a willow. We know it's a willow tree. That'll do. And still got some local colour, so I'm going to just go in on these ones.
Right.
Just sort of background tree, isn't it?
That looks nice. Looks good. I'll have a practice of these on a bit of paper first.
It's darker than you think, than it looks. The trees and this wood background.
Yeah.
There's more going on than it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on when you really look at it, isn't there? Gosh.
Yeah. Try and frame the picture a bit. One thing, need a bit more blue there. Try and push back at the moment. I'm pushing back into the willow.
Well, right. I'm just going to go downstairs now. Peter's coming in.
Is that okay? Right? I'll carry on waffling.
Yeah, you carry on. You all right? Yeah. I'll just go downstairs. Right. Okay.
Just go whoosh, 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 whoosh. Try and melt that in a bit. Don't know what it looks like from a distance.
That looks good. Oh, gosh. Right.
I'm going to I've got this big blob of yellow here, so got to be used up. So I'm going to put this tree here, which is a sort of pointy one. So I just use the edge of the fan brush, form a point, and the one behind it, should have done that first really. Make it a bit darker. Haven't done the building yet, still got that to go.
Yeah.
It's the which is,
Did you go over that building with the pink?
I am in a minute.
No, have you done that? It looks a bit pinky from here. Have
That's
you already
the,
done that? Yeah, when you put that water.
that's the sky.
Did you go over the building though?
Not yet.
Oh, must be my eyes then.
I will do in a minute.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that looks nice. Lovely.
We should get a nice colour on the brush. I'm always saying this. Keep going,
Yeah.
and it's got a nice feel to it. Don't stop. One thing I need to do: wipe it off, clean it off, get a bit of the yellowy colour, a really nice yellowy green. And I want it on the bank, just here. Just flick it. There you go. See what I mean? Once you get a nice colour on, pop it around a few places. It's balance.
So easy to
I think
put
it's
too much on, isn't it?
yeah, balance is the,
Okay.
you know, what I mean by that is if you put a colour on one part, you'll find that you need to put it on another part to balance things up. Could actually scumble that. I think. Tell you what, it's not a bad result.
Oh, it looks really,
Really?
nice. It's lovely. I like the water.
Sets the scene. Now the big things might spoil the whole doodah.
What's that?
Don't know.
Building.
Depends on this colour of this water. So clean water all over the whole of the building. I haven't really got clean water, but
Yeah, I know what you mean.
ditch water. More ditch water, I think. And while it's damp, burnt sienna, just try a bit on that. Yeah, it's okay. Got to wash it with this brush because it does hold so much more paint than a normal brush.
Right.
And that blue that we're talking about,
Cobalt blue.
I'm going to drop that in. Perhaps a bit more of it, actually. I'm not going to be shy.
Yeah.
Get a load of it. Drop it in to me castle.
Yeah.
And then drops burnt sienna. Because I've already put in the really dark shadowy bits. Maybe a bit, I don't know. Depends how warm you want it to be. Burnt umber and blue gives us a really dark
that's a
grey
dark blue, is it? You're putting
that we can drop in. It was up there, wasn't it? Just drop it in, see what happens. Well, we know what will happen. Go nice.
That looks good.
Now it's really wet. Whack in a load of it.
Oh dear, you make it look so easy.
Burnt umber, bit of blue. That gives you the really dark greys. So you can
just drop them in again.
Now it's really wet, we can drop it in. Especially over here where we're at an angle, so we're pretty confident that it's gonna
go down.
Drizzle its way down. If you feel the brush is too big, use the rigger or a smaller one, and you can tease it around a bit. It's gone a bit too damp now, I think. But it's going to dry back, that's the thing. Just try and pick them out. And if you're brave, and daring. Add some more burnt sienna to the really dark. That bit's spoiled,
Yeah. It's gone
but I'm not
too-
worried. It's got a feeling that sort of plein air type feel to it. Doing it because I've done it so fast that I'm not too happy with, but I'll use a bit of tissue in a minute just to straighten that line. There's only that line. Burnt sienna warms it all up. I quite like those white bits there.
Yeah, it looks good.
A bit of blue over there. Ooh, gone brown.
Oh dear.
My blue went brown. Just drop it in. Just think the blue warms it, makes it look fascinating.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
A few
Oh, it's
just straightening off. Just gonna let it. But like I'm always saying, it will dry off really well. In my pocket, I've got a clean handy Andy.
Oh, I like that. It's
End of
nice.
the day, it's not the. If it is, it's inspiration that we're after.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Just tease that off. A few little bits at the bottom as well. That
Oops.
just want to take a few bits of paint out. Perhaps go from the top. Got the right colour.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I just wanted to.
Because that
Take it.
bluey matches all the water. It looks nice. Lovely.
And just lift a few bits of that smudgy bit off. And there's a bit over the other edge. But if you've got the handy Andy as it comes out of the the thing, it's got really lovely, clean, straight lines on it. So if you get a place like that where you think, I don't know, that needs tight, you can just put it on. Whoosh, look at that, you've got a straight line. The same with there's a bit here as well. There's a little bit just there. If you just put it on, rub your finger on it, look, it straightens it up. Worth a £5 just to suss them out.
Yeah. I'll have to get some handy Andys.
It's just the straight edge of them.
Yeah.
And
I've got tissues, but they're all like when they're bigger. I haven't got any. I can fold it up, I suppose.
yeah, it's just something that
Kitchen roll's a bit too thick.
that I spotted when I was years ago, you know.
Yeah, all these little.
You sort of working away, think, cool, wish I had something. Oh, is it stopped recording?
No. Oh, no, it's still going.
All right, I can't even.
It's going on and off. The little red lights going on and off.
No, we're okay.
Oh.
It's not. I think something happened on my computer and it closed.
Closed it
Hang on.
down.
It closed. Lost my microphone there. Something happened on the computer and it closed the screen. And
You don't want to have to go through all this again.
Huh?
I said you don't want to go through all this again.
Absolutely not. Even though the second picture is usually better than the first anyway. But well, you know some of the pitfalls, don't you? So
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that looks really nice. Are you selling any of your pictures you're doing, or are you not bothering?
selling them.
Or
I haven't really tried. I probably like you. I've probably got well at least probably 100. One a week every year.
Yeah, gosh.
They soon mount up, don't they?
I know.
I think this little bit in the front, what I need is a little bit of crimson. I know it's probably a misprint, but on the reference picture, but it actually looks quite nice. It's like a warm, maybe not. Who knows? Whatever. Got to be careful because in the day, and I am guilty of it. It's a watercolor, and if you keep adding more and more darks and stuff, you end up with something that starts looking like a flipping oil painting. Yeah, should I stop there? I think.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like that. It's nice. Nice colours in.
I'd rather stop and let it dry, and then add some final flourishes than try and put them in now, and then it spoils it. Just a little bit extra where those clouds are.
Oh, like that.
You can always lift a few extra bits off with my trusted tissue. It's like a bit there, perhaps a bit there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Tom, I rub, because I can't rub the pencil lines out until it's dried off. I don't know if I put a thing on it. I told you we'll have an early lunch.
Yeah.
And then later on we can scratch a few bits off here and there.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Tidy that up there.
Oh.
Well, you get an idea.
Yeah, I like that. The further back you go, the better it looks. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd gone for a minute.
No, I just changed the microphone.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Right. Well, we'll see what we can do.
I changed my glasses back. I painted that with my reading glasses on.
Well done.
For a laugh. Wow. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that.
Yeah, lovely. Do you think sometimes the quicker you do them, the better than fiddling around? Just go for it.
That's a good point. That is. Good question. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to try that out and, get on and throw caution to the wind.
That's it. Okie dokie then. So are you doing anything special over the weekend?
I did just say to Mel just now, when I came back with the dog, and I said, I don't want to go to a street party or buy anything frivolous like food and that. I said, but the Guernsey Post Office have issued a £10 stamp, first day cover.
Yeah.
And I think it's about 13 quid delivered. First day cover with a really lovely portrait of this Queen that was done in 1952.
Oh, right.
They've done the stamp like that. It looks really beautiful.
Oh, so
I
you're gonna
said,
get that.
I might get that
Yeah.
to celebrate. I've spent some money.
Yeah.
I was going to put out some bunting with Union Jacks on, but I'm not sure. But I think I've thrown it away.
Oh gosh.
I'll have a look, but I'm pretty might still. If it does, I'll put it along the trellis at the front.
Yeah, that'd look nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh wow. I don't know whether the weather's going to be that brilliant, is it? It's still raining here. Have you got the rain yet?
Nope.
No. Oh,
And the wind's blowing this way, isn't it?
I don't know which way it's going.
I think I can see a couple of spots on the window. Nothing out. Oh yeah, the car's got some blobs on
Oh
it.
wow. Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing to
blowing-
right. Nothing that's going to make me garden grow that much.
No, I know. Anyway.
Oh, poor babies, one day dying for water.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right. I'll have a go at that and see what happens. Because you've got different colours in there. I look back at my pictures and I think, oh God, they're all the same colours, aren't they?
Well,
And when
that's what I keep saying. You know, when you if you break the trees down or the foliage into little sections, okay,
Yes.
don't worry if that. But try and add a different element to the colour. So the green, add a bit more yellow to the one that's closer to you, or something like that.
Yeah, then it doesn't all end up the same, does it?
They don't. You want lots of variation in greens, don't you?
Yeah.
There's a myriad of the flipping things out there.
Well, when you look at them, all the trees, they're all completely different, aren't they? Right, I better get on and have a good weekend and see you next week. Bye.
Ciao for now.
Okay.
Prawn sandwich, I can. Oh no, tuna.
Tuna.